Did you know about the intern that nearly brought down a U.S. president? This wasn't a foreign war, a financial collapse, or a coup. It was a personal scandal that became a constitutional crisis. A navy blue Gap dress, a meddling colleague, and a lying Bill Clinton. None of this looks like the stuff of impeachment. That's what made it so surreal.
I guess you know by now, and you folks at home certainly know this, tonight the whole world, the whole nation actually watched as Monica Lewinsky unburdened her soul to Barbara Walters. Well, almost the whole nation watched. I think Bill and Hillary are watching the big Return to Meerkat Valley special on the Discovery Channel. Yeah. You think Clinton spent the whole night going, I'd like to change the channel. I don't know where the remote is.
Linda Tripp secretly recorded her telephone conversations with Monica Lewinsky.
Hello. Hi. I just walked in the door.
These weren't wiretaps. They were conversations between friends.
Well, I don't know what else to call him. What am I supposed to call him? Bill?
She told Lewinsky to keep the stained dress as an insurance policy.
You know, even 5 years ago. On a rape victim now, if she has preserved a pinprick size of crusted semen 10 years from that time, if she takes a wet Q-tip and lobs it on there and has a pinprick side on a Q-tip, they can match the DNA with absolutely...
The dress wasn't evidence yet. It was leverage.
Everybody hold him! Everybody hold him! Everybody gets their box.
And then she leaked the tapes.
Everybody knows what's on these tapes. I think everybody has seen all of the information they're going to see on this story. My guess is that most people around the country won't be paying much attention, but the people who are obsessed with this story, this will just be a day in heaven for them.
Once leaked, the story no longer belonged to the people involved. It belonged to prosecutors, politicians, and cable news.
Hello?
Linda? Hi, it's Monty.
Monica, darling, hold on.
After she lost the public sentiment, she called herself the victim of a high-tech lynching.
And you know, they say forewarned is forearmed. So I knew what was coming, but I was ill-prepared for the power and the fury and, in the end, the overwhelming effectiveness of the smear campaign.
The infamous dress? Not a designer gown, just a navy blue Gap dress. Just something millions of Americans owned. The stain went unnoticed for months, hidden in her closet until July 1998. By the time it mattered, the story had already changed. The stain started as a personal secret and became key evidence in a historic impeachment, not because of the affair itself, but because of what came next. Once investigators got involved, the focus shifted to sworn testimony and whether a sitting president had lied under oath.
But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single...
This statement wasn't casual. It was sworn, it was deliberate, and it was meant to shut the investigation down. Of course we'd find out that was a bald-faced lie.
Indeed, I did have a relationship with Miss Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong. It constituted a critical lapse in judgment and a personal failure on my part for which I am solely and completely responsible.
Notice the language, not denial, redefinition. He then launched into a legalistic defense, splitting hairs over the meaning of is.
Statement that there was no sex of any kind, in any manner, shape, or form with President Clinton was an utterly false statement. Is that correct?
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is. Yes.
This wasn't semantics. It was survival, turning language into a shield while the nation watched in disbelief. The scandal turned the presidency into a public circus.
Thanks for tuning into the Weather Channel. The news is still severe storms blowing down in the Gulf region, pretty much like Monica was blowing the
Clinton was impeached by the House of Representatives.
But let me just say this, I'm proud of my country, where you, as a low-level employee, can sue the governor of your state. And if that governor becomes president, you can still sue.
But he was not removed from office.
Was indefensible, not impeachable. The president should not and will not be removed from office.
The presidency continued even as the scandal consumed the country and confirmed its place as one of the most absurd political stories of all time.